Yo, people. So we have a potential blockbuster. Well, that's how it's been billed, right? Havoc, the new action drama hitting Netflix. Well, I mean, it's hit, right? So yeah, this is out. It is the latest film from Gareth Evans, who wrote and directed. The film is produced by, we have got Gareth Evans, Tom Hardy, Ed Taufan, Aram Tetakayan. It is executive produced by Nate Bolletin, Diane Bria Daliazal, Andrew Eaton, Henry Engelhardt, Nick Spicer, with line production from Jennifer Wynn and Sarah Dibstall. Okay, right. So, music was Ari Prayugi. Matt Flannery was down with the cinematography. Right. Sarah Jones and Matt Platts Mills edit the piece, with Kelly Valentine Hendry taking care of the casting. Tom Pierce is production design, with Sam Stokes, Jem Randall, Katrina McCall, Cordella Choi, and Faye Boosted on art direction. Set decoration is Joel Rombello, with Sean Jenkins with costume design. You know what I mean? Our cast. Alright, let us get to them. Tom Hardy is Patrick Walker, Detective Patrick Walker, right? We have got his initial partner, Ellie, played by Jessie May Lee. Actually, I think she may have been in a film we covered a while back, people. I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, she's done, Last Night in Tokyo, which we looked at a couple of years back. Yeah, no, I'm not sure. I don't know. But, anyway, right? So we've got that. Do we have his wife? Okay, yeah. So his Jake's ex-wife, I think that's Helena. She's played by Nagres Rashidi. Their daughter Emmy is played by Astrid Fox Shahan, right? We then have got Charlie, played by Justin Cornwell, whose girlfriend is Mia, played by Quinlan Sepulveda. His pops, right? His old man is none other than the politician Lawrence Beaumont, played by none other than Forrest Whitaker. We have got Jake's... It's not... Why was I saying Jake? Patrick. Sorry. Patrick's old... partners on the force, right? So there is Vincent, played by Timothy Oliphant. We have got... who are the others? 3. Okay, so it's Vincent Jake and Cortez. And so Hayes, played by Gordon Alexander, Cortez, played by Serhat Metin, and Jake, played by Richard Harrington. So they all work with Vincent and used to hang with Patrick. So then Charlie and Mia's friends. Well, Mia's kind of like adopted dad, Raul, played by Luis Guzman. Right, and then their friends, we have Wes, played by Jim Caesar, and Johnny, played by Exel Mendes-Jones. There's also Jimmy, played by John Cummins. Oh, yeah, we got the other gangsters, right? Man, nearly forgot about the other gangsters, right? So there's Ching, played by Sonny Pang. There is Sue, played by Jeremy Ang Jones. Sue's mother, Yi Yang Yang, who, boy, she's on a blaze. God damn it. Sometimes you're watching something and you'd be like, yo, I swear that person looks familiar. It looks familiar because it's Michelle motherfucking Waterstone, right? Invicta and UFC legend. She played the assassin who was kicking serious ass. Man, yeah. That's probably our main lot of people's, right? The gist of the story is this. Right, it is all set after a drug deal gone wrong, when a bruised detective must fight his way through a criminal underworld to rescue a politician's estranged son, while unraveling a deep web of corruption and conspiracy that ensnares his entire city. So yes, Havoc. Right, there was a lot of talk about this film, as said. Right, and it starts off with this frenetic chase scene, which is like, the movement of the camera and everything is like, it definitely pulls you into the action. Right, you're like, what the fuck, right? And we see these people wearing masks, like masks that are neon and light up and all of this jazz. I feel there's something about that. I remember seeing it kind of fucks up camera surveillance on you, right? I think that's the reason. But they're wearing these masks and they're being chased by the police. And we kind of realize that the police chasing them aren't necessarily on the up and up. Right, but then they throw a washing machine out the back, and then we see all of this white stuff. So you're like, okay, there's something going down, right? So we have all of this. We then have Patrick go see Fishburne's character, and it's all very tense. It's all very tense. But I think it's that scene that between Lawrence and Patrick that makes you go, okay, right? Because it is hammy as fuck, right? Tom Hardy doing those typical Tom Hardy mannerisms. You know what I mean? The turning of the head, the looking up, the like, right? It's Tom Hardy does that shit. You know what I mean? In every kind of film, he does these certain mannerisms, and we see that, and then you see Whitaker, just properly, yeah, like hamming the role. So yeah, okay, right. This ain't, you know what I mean, like hard, straight up hard boiled, right? There's gonna be some, yeah, chewing going on here, which can work, right? And the film just kind of just amps up from that, right? Getting crazier and crazier, right? We have a shootout situation and just, it's nuts. But the action is good, right? The action is pretty fire. I mean, there's things that you're kind of like, okay, right? Because and we've spoken about in some films, you have people hiding behind doors when people are shooting, and you're just like, hold on, wait, that bullet would go right through that fucking door. What are we talking about? So in this, bullets actually do go through things, right? But then other times they don't, or someone is gang to rights when someone opens up fire, but they don't hit the person, and you're just like, wait, hold on. What? Hey, So there's things like that that are kind of odd, but yeah, for the most part, right? And Gareth Williams, when you think about like the Raid 2, you know what I mean? He's made some freaking crazy, vicious films. So it makes sense that you know what I mean, things like that work well. Story wise, this is fucking all over the place, right? Because we have Patrick, that he's, been corrupt. He's worked with these corrupt cops. And we have these flashback scenes, and we see an incident, but we don't necessarily see how they completely go astray. Right? So it's kind of like, okay, why would they be so against each other? So there's that. You've also got this whole incident that goes down at the start. And it's said in one of the conversations about the bullets. And I think it's so obvious that it had to be something else. Like, it is so obvious. So how is it no one is going, hold on, none of this can add up because of this one thing, right? This one thing means this is all bullshit, right? But no one is doing that. And these are killers, right? So it's like they understand what does what, right? So we have this, no one seeming to figure out shit, right? You go, what's the deal with Beaumont's son? Like, why would he be doing all of this? There's another bit when someone has information and it looks like they've walked in to give it up, but it's like all they had to actually say is what actually went down, but they don't. And it's kind of like, wait, why wouldn't they just say what happened? You know what I mean? Because it's not like you know what I mean? They're being coerced or forced to say anything differently. They could say, boom. You know what I mean? And then be like, well, I'm not sure what else, but this is, you know what I mean? Doesn't happen. And so there are all these plot holes that do make you go, this doesn't necessarily make any sense, right? The whole thread of the story with Patrick's ex and his daughter doesn't doesn't need to be there. It serves no purpose whatsoever, right? No purpose, because at the end of the day, if homie is trying to turn his life around, why did he leave it so late to go do the thing, right? Like, it's not like you don't know the date. You know what I mean? And hey, it people start advertising and like fucking in August. You know what I mean? I remember going into Harrods, and they had a Christmas shop in there, right? So like, it's coming. So why would you leave it so late, right? So it was just weird. It was a pointless thread of the story. It's also like at the very end, what gets said, because you're just like, I mean, no one actually knows what went down at all. So technically, you know what I mean? I did think, as talking about the hamming up and everything like that, as the film goes on, Whitaker really does, you know what I mean? Just like you see some proper acting up in the piece, right? He definitely, portraying the anxiety of the situation, and what the fuck do I do? Right? How do I protect me? Like, right? And you see all of that, and that's carried well. I thought Michelle Waterstone did a knock-up job as our assassin. Like, Quinlan as Mia is very good. You know what I mean? Like, Hardy is good, right? He's, it's not the best performance we've seen from him, but it's not terrible. A lot of the cast are good. Like, it's, like with the Wes character, it just doesn't necessarily make sense. So it's not like they're acting bad or anything. It's just their storyline makes no sense whatsoever, right? So you're just like, huh? You know what I mean? So you have those kind of things, but we do have some decent performances. Just it's just story-wise that everything goes skewy, right? Where you're just like, okay, why do they do this thing? Right? Why is that taking place? I don't quite understand. Like Ching in the hospital. I don't. Yeah, I'm a little baffled. I'm a little baffled by that, to be honest. So yeah, I thought it's interesting. It passes the time, but you are a little bit you're a little bit underwhelmed. You just think it could have been really good. It could have been so much better, because it's not set in a place, right? It is this kind of it's in the future, but in a not so distant future, right? It's a reckless city. You know what I mean? It feels a bit like Dread, but not so far, removed, right? We're not in Mega City 1, but it's kind of Mega City 1. You know what I mean? That's what it all feels like, but not as strong. So there is some, definitely on the production side, there's a lot of things that work very well. Even the camera work is really good. We have some good performances. It is just the story that really does drop short. It's the story that falls short. Woo. Yes, it's the story that falls short a little here. You know what I mean? But if you like an action film, if you like Tom Hardy, then Havoc could very well be for you. And it is on Netflix right now.